right, Tobela, Ewela, Makosi, and Hanya. I can see some people have already texted something there. Let's see what you guys have said. Okay, Violet can't wait. Jabua, Amen Gogo. Okay, all right. I see you guys. Chagoza. And welcome to my live session. We're back. We're not back. And, well, we're back. We're meant to be doing this every Tuesday. But I think we're gonna change this to Sundays, right? Instead of Tuesdays. We'll try and fit in Sundays. Anyway, so that, Sunday is a good day, isn't it? So we can chillax. Anyway, I'll wait a little bit and see if you guys want to be sad, right? And then we'll talk properly. And thank you for waiting around for me. And yes. It's been a long time, right? I've been missing to come back here, but it was like that. Hey, I was spiritually being, what they call it? Spiritually when they were just molding you nicely, but more better, so molding you nicely. Anyway, so that is what was happening, and thank you guys, and for being here, and welcome. Mandis, gosh, this phone needs to work. Live chat. Okay, well, that's good. It's working now. Okay, Mandisa and Dawe Mandisa, and okay, I can use this as well, so I can do my clapping hands. Okay, and Maria, Tovela Maria, and Ziji, Tovela and Khanya, Kelebora Tovela, and good to see you. Good to see you again here. And Tovela Pretty, a long time. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing very well, Pretty. Our great Tovela and Dabuho, Manje, Beupuma, Ukempa. Entabeni kumele ngenze njani? Okay. Bewuphuma ukhemba entabeni kumele ngenze njani? Bewuphuma iwe uphuma ukhemba entabeni. Oh, so you have to go to the mountain to stay there. So what you asking what you're supposed to be doing, Tabu? Please, in dreams. Okay, all right, okay. So, how did your dream come about? Explain it properly. Okay, remember guys, we've got time. This is our time to show ourselves. Meaning that you need to relax. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here and I'm going to be listening to you. I'm going to be listening to your cries, spiritual cries. And we're going to see if I can cry with you, or if I can give you tissues, or if I can tell you that there's no need to cry. Meaning that it's Tuesday live session. When we're spiritually bothered, we're just talking about it, things properly. But now, when you're talking about the dreams, please explain yourself properly. David Malaji, Tobela Kukuru. Tobela David. So, that is what we're doing here. And yes. So, Deborah, explain your dream properly. So, you dreamt about being at the mountain and you were there camping. Is that what you're saying? What are you saying, Deborah? What were you doing at the mountain? Are you going there to pray for us? And remember, we as spiritually gifted people, we actually have to relax and deal with these things. As I'm talking about this, I'm talking about myself as well. We have to relax and think about how we can help each other on the spiritual path. Hey, gosh, I was rushing around. Even the makeup. Why did I even put it? Anyway, Makosi Tlokulu, please can you tell me, I dreamt about Murupa that I have to buy it. Joyce, what is your question? You dreamt about Murupa that you have to buy it. What is your question there? Toby Gogo, is there Ikobongo Len Zunza? Remember, you have to understand what Ikobongo is for. It depends. Remember that a lot of this help, we are using the help so that we can easily connect with our spirits, with our guides. When I'm saying guides, I'm talking about ancestors. But since remember that we are global people, right? So when we're calling our ancestors, we now start saying guides. Spirits, like we're talking about the Zunzas. So it depends. It really depends. If your people cannot easily be reached, there are other things that as healers we will use so that it is easy for you to quieten your mind so that you can easily connect to your people. So we will use all the different kind of tricks. Some will use them, some won't use them. Something like Ikobongo, right? Some will use it, some won't use it. So it depends. If your spirit, if you as an individual, as a person, cannot trance properly, nicely, so we will use other means to connect you to ancestor spirits and guides. So we'll use all these tricks, herbs, anything that we can use so that you are quieted, so that that journey between the spiritual bit of you, taking away the mental bit of you, which is the confusing one, that's why we use all this Gobongo. So we can take you to the spiritual bit of you. So we use different kind of tricks. So that is the question I'm answering. Who was I answering? Did someone delete something? Someone was talking about Zunza. Oh, Toby. I was answering Toby. Okay, Marcos, please can you tell me? I dreamt about Moruba. Oh, okay. All right, that is Joyce. I'm repeating myself. I was answering Toby there. So some people will use Gobongo for Zunza. Some people will use Gobongo for Mandawe. Some people will use Gobongo for your ancestors. Some people wouldn't. So it depends on how distressed you are as a person. If you cannot connect easily with your spirits, so they will use those things. Maria, dreaming when where was I? Dreaming when I tried to talk. Guys, what are you saying here? Guys, are you trying to confuse me? My first day at work. Hey, what are you saying? You're dreaming about stones and what? When I try to talk, stones, white in color, came out of my mouth. Oh, okay. Came out of my mouth. Couldn't talk properly. When I checked them after spitting them on my mouth, now they look like diamonds. Oh, that's beautiful, Maria. So we'll be getting diamonds from your mouth. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So I hope you're splashing out diamonds out there. Whatever that comes out of your mouth is diamonds. Remember, this is metaphorical. Metaphorical. What we spit out, I'm spitting. I hope I'm spitting diamonds to you there. So in my dream, if my ancestors are pleased with what comes out of my mouth when I'm doing live sessions, they will show me splitting out something symbolic to what I'm doing on this live session. Right? They tend to show me splitting out seeds because I am not only giving you things like diamonds, I'm giving you things that you can plant and grow something and have seeds out of it and grow something. And so that is what I was answering the diamond bit of Maria. Hope you're spreading the diamonds out there. Okay, Joyce, my question is that I self-initiated, but I want to know if in Zunza use Murupa. Remember, everything will depend on your spirit. Yes, when I'm helping other people, sometimes within Zunza, I have to do the drums, right? Remember that the drums, playing the drums is about quietening yourself so that you can go easily into the trance beat and you can hear your people nicely. The same as Igobongo. So the drum beats. So sometimes we have to what they call it, we have to trick you into forgetting what it is that you're doing so that you can trance nicely. So the drums, you'll be concentrating on the drum beats, then you trance. So some people will use that, yes, for different, not only for Zunza, but it comes to push. Remember that in Zunza comes with ancestors as well. If your ancestors, like most of the time with Mashangane, right? That means the trancing, the drums beat that comes out is the Mashangane, I forgot what they call it. The Mashangane one, the first one from Zunza, because the Mashangane love that. Actually, it's different from the Mandala. It's different kind of thing. That is in Zunza. Now, sometimes when in Zunza, it actually depends as well what you're using Zunza for. Remember that in Zunza, it is the spirit with the light, the spirit with the rain-making people. So, depending on what you are calling the spirit for, there are certain rituals that we will do for that spirit. Remember, it's not only drums. There are certain rituals that we will do to get that spirit to come and do what we are asking the spirit to come and help us with. I'm talking about as the living, not an individual. Then Zunza people, right? When we are calling the serpent, you don't call the serpent just to come and talk to you, right? Zunza is the rain-making people, the sun people, right? So when you're calling it to come and help you with that, not to come and help you with an individual to activate the Zunza spirit, right? To come and help you with different kind of things, the gifts that the Zunza spirit comes with, the Zunza serpent comes with. So some rituals will involve different kind of drumming, the way you drum, the way you do the dance, the way you do, I'm talking about serious stuff here with regard to Zunza. The rituals that get the Zunza, like the whole serpent to come out so that it comes and Hanisa people, right? It's a different thing. This is not an individual. I'm not talking about when it's just you as a healer trying as well to appease in Zunza and the people that comes with Zunza so that you keep it happy, right, in your individual capacity. I'm talking about when you're using Zunza for what in Zunza it is here for. What in Zunza want us to help, what in Zunza want to help us with. I hope I explained myself properly. And remember, we're going to be here for some time. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, I'm actually happy to repeat myself in a way that you'll understand. I was replying to Joyce there. Violet, okay. My husband said today, I'm watching this live with you. Oh, hi, husband. Hi, Violet's husband. And keep on pushing Violet, all right? Keep on pushing her so that we want our gogo to be doing the right things. And this is your mentor, and I want to support you and be a part of your lesson from Glikhud. Oh, that is beautiful. Now, as a husband supporting someone going through this, it is a difficult thing, right? It's a difficult thing. It's not easy. Your wife, sometimes, yes, she'll be a good wife, but sometimes you have to remember that as you're married to your wife, she belongs not only to you, but to the community. That is the support you can give her. Remember that. So, if you want your relationship to be like strong, so you can have a nice time cuddling, right? So you need to remember that your wife's spirits and ancestors, they'll be happy when they see you pushing your wife towards what your wife is supposed to be doing. Like your wife's purpose, life purpose, spiritual life purpose. So, yes. And when she's doing things that are out of the way, you need to keep on reminding her, right? that she needs to pay attention to ancestor spirits and guides and the source, right? That is talking to Violet's husband there. David, I have a dream. Makosi. Bari bona ba phamiso, but they don't tell me what must I use to phamiso them. So if they've told you that, so you acknowledge it, that yes, I've heard you, but you need to show me how, right? They're just making sure that you understand what it is about them and how you're supposed to get them activated, right? So they've already told you, but now you need to, when you're talking to them, yes, I understand that you do that, you are permiso, right? So now you need to show me how you do it. And if you need me to get help from outside, you need to show me as well. So they can, that's how we talk to ancestors. They tell you something, yes, I received the information. How do we go about doing it? That is David, answering David there. Togoza Gogo, thank you. You're welcome, Maria. Toby, you're welcome, Toby. Marcus Mkulu, and God be with you. You're welcome, Joyce. Gogo, what does it mean, I guess, when a person dreams of you? What are they dreaming about? What is the dream? A lot of people dreams about me. I dream about lots of people as well. But it depends what the dream is all about. What are you doing in their dreams? Right? What are you doing in their dreams? And in what capacity do they think about you? Meaning that a lot of our dreams, people we know, people we watch on live sessions like me, people we like, we read about, we will be shown those people in our dream state, because when we think about them, they play an important role in our thinking regarding to them, the impressions they give us. Right? If we think someone has got good integrity, your ancestors will use that person. If that person indeed has good integrity, your ancestors will use them in your dream to show you the good integrity of someone, but then with the message inside. But if you think yourself physically that someone has got good integrity and you're misjudged, okay, when I'm saying that, I mean that you're thinking about someone somehow. Someone actually, like, they put, you're wearing dimas. So your ancestors will take your dimas off and show you the person properly in the dream state, that person is like this. But because you were physically looking at them, you were looking at them like this. But actually they're like this. And then it takes you back to the memory you have about them. Actually, this is true because they've done this and they've done that, or they've said this and they've said that. That makes sense what my ancestors are saying there. So that's what they will do. Oh, wow. Okay, Google, I had a dream whereby I was in a taxi with my sister and cousin, but the car had no seats, but instead it had plastic chairs, the ones we used to sit outside. Okay, and then what was happening there? What were you thinking? It doesn't look normal. What were you thinking? It doesn't look normal, but I know people who put things like that in taxis. Like they will strip the car seats and they will use other means so that you'll be comfortable in there. This thing what you're talking about is normal for me because my father was like a kind of like a mechanic, kind of like a trying so much. So things like this will be normal. You see something, then you like, are we actually sitting on, what actually are we sitting on in the car? What is this? But what was the dream all about? I only wonder, why were there seats like that when I woke up? But what were you thinking about in the dream? Because you were sitting in the taxi. Unless if you didn't think about it, you just went, even though you saw something didn't look all right. Because if there are chairs, I mean that if the taxi is running and actually stops fast, those chairs, they're not going to be like holding on, right? So you might actually trip. Because it's not like something that risk-wise is not good, isn't it? If you think about it as risk management. A taxi have those seats because in case of anything, they'll be still, isn't it? Only you, if you're not wearing a seatbelt, you'll fall. If anything happens, if there's danger, right? We have to talk about the good and bad, right? You'll fall. if you don't have a seat. But if you have a seat belt, you stay intact in one place, right? You just make the movement. But if it's those plastic chairs that you're talking about, the one that we you know, the plastic chairs that I'm thinking about, if there was no seat belt, that's the chair sitting like that, you go and sit on it, and there's a movement, there's a move, taxi is moving. If it stops like that, what's going to be happening with you in that taxi? And where were you going? If I'm going in a dream in a taxi like that, I'll be thinking this is not safe. I'm talking about the seats. They are not safe. They can, any movement, fall this side or fall that side. If it turns fast, or if it stops, like quickly stop like that, I'll fall. Those chairs are not going to be, unless if they're stuck. But I doubt it with the dream you're explaining our back. Explain it properly to us. It looks like you and your cousins, you're involving yourself in things that are not you're in a what they call it, in a transportation that is not safe. If you're explaining your dream like that. So something has happened for your people to show you that whoever that you were dealing with on that particular day, they show you that it is like being in that public transportation. In seats like that, going to where you're going, right? Like you're getting in this kind of transportation, right? This kind of transportations. Now, your cousins as well will play an important role, because they will be showing you, like, if let's say maybe your cousins are like those kind of people that you will be, when you're around them, you will tend to be in an unsafe environment, like unsafe transportation like that, where things are dodgy, right? It depends on how your sister is like and how your cousin is like, their role they play in your life, and what you were saying when you were in that taxi and where you were going. That is just that. Anyway, patience. How do we navigate ancestral journey without parent support or blessings? Patience. If you are of age and you're not in your parents' house, it is easy to navigate that. It's not easy as in when you don't have family support. It's not a pleasant thing to not have a family support, especially when you're going through a spiritual journey. But if you're on your own, you can navigate it a little bit, but we really do need support, family support. We do need it, right? But look at it this way. A lot of things have happened to us that has caused us to be divided as a family. To be divided as a family. Unfortunately, with spirituality, we will always be divided if others are falling that way and others are falling that way. And what they're following is against what you are following. We will be divided as a family. But if what you're following and what they're following, everyone knows that we choose what we want to choose. What we believe in, we choose what we believe in. But we must understand that we're all going we're all going to the same place. There will be understanding, there will be support. Whatever you do on the left-hand side, the other one who's going on the right-hand side, they will try to understand what it is that you're facing when you're going on this way, even though you're not on the same road with them. They will try to understand it. But unfortunately, some beliefs, they make it difficult for families to stay together, which is what it is supposed to. That is what was the reason in the first place for that. So, unfortunately, it is one of those things. It's one of those things. You just need to understand. If you understand about religions, right? If you understand properly about religion, spirituality as a whole, you have to understand that what we are doing, right? This spirituality, this African spirituality, I'm saying African spirituality, but our spirituality is, we believe in ancestor spirits and guides, and we hear them, we talk to them, they guide us, right? Some other religions, even though we understand that they are like this because of this, And the others, they're like that because of that. We tolerate it. We tolerate it with an understanding that they're different, but we are all going the same way. But unfortunately, some they do not tolerate. And if you're dealing with a family member who doesn't tolerate this line you're going through, you always have these issues where there's lack of support. Now, when it comes to parents as well, remember some people, they've been affected a lot, right? They've been affected a lot. Circumstances have made it difficult for them to even think of even reapproaching. When I'm saying reapproaching, going back to understand their spiritual bit of things, like where we talk about ancestors, they exist, these kind of things. You know, they've gone through a lot of trauma. So going back to understand that bit of them, they're refusing to go back to that bit because what they've decided to go on, it is comfortable for them. So if you are, as their child, you're coming back and remind them that the old way of things, you are now becoming aware of the old way of things. When you're speaking to ancestor spiritual guides, you're getting all this, you're becoming a healer or not, right? But you're going on that line where you hear ancestors. It's gonna be difficult for them. You have to be patient because there's no other way. You have to be patient and try to communicate with them and introduce them to that bit of yourself with an understanding of what they are faced with or what they're dealing with or what their beliefs are and what are their value systems. Unfortunately, other religions, okay, let's not go there. I'm not go too deep into that. I need to actually talking about that, patience. I think that's patience. Was talking about this, the parental support. Hey, guys, it's very difficult to explain this without actually. I might sound very, very bad, right? But I can't. I'm trying to move on from it, but I'm being taken back, right? Can you imagine your child? Can you imagine your child as a parent, right? As a parent, your child, going through what we go through on our spiritual path, suffering the way they're suffering, right? Because you suffer first. Unfortunately, we have to talk about the truth. You suffer. Going through that. And as a parent, I'm not talking about your parents, I'm talking about you, because you need to understand your parents' point of view, but you have to picture yourself as the parent as well. Your child going through the things that we go through spiritually. And as a parent, not giving the support. Can you imagine that? You as a parent, your child going through, let's put it as it's not spiritual. Anything, because obviously you go through the mental bit, isn't it? Because you adjust to spiritual bit. Imagine your child going through the mental bit of things, trying to understand and make things make sense to them. I mean, seriously, this is mental issues we're talking about, because that's what happens before you go to the spiritual bit of yourself. Your child going through that and not being able to be there to offer them a little bit of support. Now, as a parent, you, remember that I'm saying imagine, put yourself as a parent. Now, imagine doing that to your child because of your beliefs. Your beliefs. And when we go back to your beliefs, because remember, this is trauma. All these things I'm talking about, there is underlying trauma behind everything like this. For the parents to look at your child burning through the fire, and you as a parent, you say, I do not deal with fire. Fire makes me nervous. It makes me nervous. Looking at it makes me nervous. You know, it makes me nervous. My beliefs, my values is that I cannot touch or look at the fire, right? Or look at that flame. People are telling your child is suffering. He's about to go in that. I don't have to look at that. My beliefs. There must be a lot of trauma. So that is why we are calling into the spiritual path, so that we can understand the trauma that our parents have gone through, our grandparents, our great-grandparents have gone through, because they are reliving this. They are making us understand it through the dreams. They'll be showing us why some parents, they behave in this way, because obviously they'll show you why our parents behave in this way. That is why we have ancestors. They're coming so that the families can stay intact. They are coming for that reason, so that there is continuation in your bloodline, right? There is that unity with your family. So they are coming so that you'll understand what your parents are going through, so that you can try somehow to make them see your perspective without actually forcing them to live whatever that they've decided to go with, but to understand this bit as well, so that the suffering doesn't continue from this generation to the next generation, because you understand your parents why they're like this, so that when their grandkids, your children, comes after, they don't suffer, they don't get this, like this, the support, they get it first. It's not going to be like your parents or your siblings. It's not going to be like that. The lack of support is taken off for the next generation. This is why we are here. Okay, so where was I? I was talking to patience, and be patient too. Okay, Toby, what does it mean when you dream getting an international call and an SMS saying you won $1 million, international currency? Toby, you didn't win it. What were you thinking in that dream, and why? Why $1 million? Did you answer the call and you talk to someone, and who were you talking to on that phone? Who was telling you that you won that $1 million? And you get an SMS saying you won the $1 million. Ancestors, they'll get us through text, and they'll get us through phone calls in dreams. But what were you thinking in that dream? I've won the lottery in my dreams. My ancestors, they gave me numbers. They showed me winning it, and I was thinking, how are we going to share it? Because they were testing me. That what kind of person am I like in the dream? Am I capable of sharing with others? Or was in that dream, did I do what a person who is representing them will do? You don't find that you've won some money. You start running away from your family and start being alone. You want to buy big things, forgetting what your ancestors are not there for you. They chose you because they think you'll be able to share your win with your family members and your extended family members. Now, they'll do tricks. So what were you thinking in that dream? A male big voice, but I got scared and cut the call. Okay. So what is happening? Your ancestors are trying to get hold of you, but you're getting scared. How are you going to talk to them if you can't even accept millions? Anyway, hello, I'm so happy I caught you live, and we are happy to have you here. Okay, I'm here from Atlanta, USA. Thank you for all your videos. You're welcome, Ta. And thank you for your support. And Dineo, Tobela Dineo, good to see you. Okay, user. I was traumatized when they didn't release what? RDR2 for P. Hey, you're traumatized. I know the trauma with the games, isn't it? Is it the games? You sound like my son. He'll be traumatized by that kind of nonsense. Is that what you're talking about? Toby Mepo, a male big voice, but I got scared and cut the call. Okay. Paul, Kamagu's Paul. What could it mean when I dream of my brother leaving? Okay, my brother's leaving. Okay, my brother's leaving, right? Ex-girlfriend saying she's feeling cold. I give her my precious green leather jacket. In reality, I don't own one. And shoes. Okay, what does it mean physically when someone's saying they're feeling cold? What does it mean when someone physically says they're feeling cold? Now, I want you to think about it as in just a normal thing. Logically, someone will say, I'm feeling cold, meaning that they're feeling cold. Now, the ancestors, they use different languages. Same meaning, but different kind of way to look at it. So if someone says they're feeling cold to you, and they're telling you, just you, not anyone else, you, that they're feeling cold, what does it mean? Festival Mukwena Khanya Lisedi, you're welcome. And you Khanya too. And Sanko, Chagazagogo, in a dream, my sister told me ni trasa letus. Itus is copper, I believe. Mind you, she doesn't believe in ancestors. Okay, in a dream. Oh, that's nice. That's interesting. I've never heard of. It was a le copper. Okay. I don't know. Your people will explain it to you. Why you trust a copper? Other people wear copper. Actually, you're talking about that. Someone was talking to me about the copper and silvers that the elderly people wear, or grew up seeing elderly people who didn't go to church, right? They wear those, but remember that those days, people were not making it known where they stand, right? As in spirituality. So they wouldn't say they are healers. They wouldn't say they are anything. But you see through the things they wear, right? Even though they are not like practicing, but you see where they stand in their spiritual, the way they think about things spiritually. That they are the hardcore, like those who still want to make sure that our cultures stay intact, our traditions. I'm not talking about updated ones, I'm talking about the traditions. So they wear like the silvers, like those silver things. They wear like the copper things on their hands and stuff like that. Remember that all these things, they give us, there's an energy that we get from all these kind of things, all these materials, right? We get different kind of energy. Don't just think you're wearing beads just because you're wearing beads and it's red and white and there's no meaning between it. There's no meaning in it. There's meaning. There's energy we get from all those kind of minerals. We get different energies from different kind of minerals. Remember that. Anyway, where was I? That was sun code. So they will explain it to you. I do not know much about that. Our Google, what is a water serpent look like? They haven't come to me. Zunza hasn't come to me. Keep on looking for it. They keep on saying Zunza. You're gonna see Zunza. They're just playing with me and my people. I haven't seen it. I had a dream whereby I was by a house next to the sea. Then out of the blue, a man appeared from the sea and flew so fast and landed in the room I was in. Ooh, that's interesting. The man looked like half man, half creature. Yo, Coco, I'm sorry, but I got scared and ran away. The weather was hectic, really, with so much wind. People were also running away. Oh, that's interesting. When the water serpent comes, I haven't seen it. I've seen it coming, right? I haven't seen it face it, but I have seen it coming. When that comes, a lot of people run. I mean, I've seen the serpent coming out of the water, right? I haven't seen looks like this. I cannot explain that it looks like this. In the dream, I was made aware that it is coming out of the water, right? Where now it was coming with the light, the bright light, right? The bright light. So I cannot say it looks like this. It looks like a man. It looks like a snake. It looks like a big thing. It looks like that. It looks like that. It was like the light, that light, bright light. Everyone was running because you cannot be around. Anyway, even the when they were explaining it was that not everyone is able to face that, right? even in the dream, that not everyone is able to face that. But that was they were teaching me about when people are coming all together to physically get the serpent to do the tricks. So not everyone will be able to manage to the energy that comes with that serpent, right? So a lot of people were running because it was the scare, its presence. It is so alarming. It's so scary for others. And besides not scary, but you cannot be around it if you've got something that is not right. You'll be affected somehow. Badly. I do not know. I just said badly, but you'll be affected. It's not badly. I take that back. I should not say that. You'll be affected, but I don't know how. Okay, so where was I? TBM. Okay, we'll get to TBM. And remember with TBM, when she's here, you guys have to make sure that you do that thing. The tricks that people do when they're watching a live session, they tick the like button because they feel that yes, yeah, you tick. Remember that there's no point being here just watching all these beautiful things I'm wearing on my head and not encouraging. Like, thank you for your time. You know, it is a time. All right? So you need to come back again by doing those things that people do when they're excited. We want you back. Thank you, TBN. I feel it. Where was I? Okay. As Paul means they are cold, they want to be warmed up. Okay, this girl is still alive, hence the confusion. Now, those are the kind of dreams as well, that in the dream, when she's saying that she's cold, you give her something. In the dream, you'll be thinking something's poor because your dreams are self-explanatory. Your dreams, they come nicely. Even in the dream, you'll be thinking, right? So when you wake up, you will feel something. You'll be thinking about, as a healer, if it is a dream where you're supposed to reach out to that person, because by talking to them, you'll give them something. By talking to them, they'll be able to express whatever it is that your people were making you aware that they're cold. They're feeling cold. They are metaphorically feeling cold. And you manage to give them something warm, right? So what can you physically give them that will keep them warm? So in those kind of dreams, you know when you wake up that you're thinking about her. What is it about her? What could be going on with her at this particular moment in real life? What could be happening with her? Because your people might be sending you to her to reach out to her so that you can give her a spiritual warmness. You can give her something that will keep her warm. You can give her something. You can spiritually give her something that will keep her warm. But now they have to use something that you understand. You give someone a coat because they're cold. Just imagine someone out there shivering. Lots of stress. A lot of stress. And Spo goes out there with a call. I was wondering how you are. How's everything? And then she just let you know, express herself. How did you know I was feeling this cold? How did you know that I was going through this? How did you know? How did you know? I mean, seriously. Because you had a dream that she was cold and you gave her what? That is Paul. The man looked like half man. Okay, half creature. Imagine someone just flying to your place and then people are running away, but they flew to your place. I was thinking, oh, it is a water serpent. Then when I woke up, I was feeling bad because I realized that the man didn't really look harmful and didn't. I'll back. Imagine that. Hey, someone coming to you and you know it's a water serpent because you're being made aware that it's a water serpent. But what did you do? Hey, you need to stop running. You need to stop running and deal with the serpent and find out how you can help that serpent. When I'm saying help the serpent, meaning that why did the serpent choose you? You can try to understand why did they choose you? Why did they fly directly to you? There must be something special about you. So you need to communicate with the serpent. Stop running away. That means you're running. People run a lot. Festival, I used to visit a friend almost every day. I decided to stop visiting, and now I dream of him and her sister avoiding me when I greet them in dreams. And I also dream of buildings and school. Okay. Okay. All right. So what stopped you from physically visiting them? Festival. What stops you from physically visiting them? And why are they avoiding you in the dream when you greet them? Physically, you stopped visiting them. Why? Now, when you're trying to what they call it, to connect with them again in the dream state, you're trying to greet them. When we're greeting people, I'm seeing you, I see you. You're greeting someone just ignore you. You're gonna want to find out why. But if you're an avoidance person, the person who doesn't like to deal with their issues, they avoid to deal with their situations, they will not want to bother to find out why people, when they greet them, they don't greet them back. In real life, I'm talking about real life. In real life, if you are like this kind of a person who doesn't want to face things, right? When people are greeting you, when you're greeting people, even in the dream state, they don't say anything back to you. You'll just avoid it. I can't deal with them. They don't greet me anyway. But if you're not an avoidant person, don't avoid to deal with situation that you're faced with. When people in the dreams are not greeting you back, you're going to try to find out in the dream, why are they not greeting you back? Because greeting is just acknowledging someone, their presence, that we are in the same sphere. So why is someone, you're seeing them, they're here. You're seeing them and you're saying, I see you, because that's what our greetings is. I see you, we are here together. Even the climate is like this. We are feeling cold, we're not feeling cold, we're feeling hot. Tobel, I see you too. We're in the same place. How are you? I'm fine. But you're lying to me because I see the way you look. You don't look fine to us. Well, I don't feel like I need to talk to you today. I'm talking about a normal conversation. The greetings, isn't it? The greetings. But when you're talking to people and you say something out loud and you see that they've heard you and they didn't say anything, you're going to be worried as a healer that it's either you're dealing with someone who's good. The problem, because as a healer, you want to find out what you can do to open the ears, because they're not hearing, right? They're not hearing. But to find out if there's a problem with the way they're hearing you, you're going to talk to them again in the dream, right? How are you? Hello, I'm talking to you. And if they don't, then you know there's a problem. But you would have found out that there is a problem, isn't it? In the dream, talking about the dreams. Remember that I'm talking to you like as a healer. You need to find the root cause of the problem. You need to find the root cause of a problem. You stop going to someone. Maybe you didn't approach the situation properly. They don't even know why you stopped going. You didn't tell them why you stopped going. You didn't express yourself to them. Now, your people are making you aware in the dream state that there's still something that you need to deal with. Those people that you stopped visiting, now they're tormenting you in the dream state, not greeting you back, reminding you that physically there was an issue. But what is the issue? I'm talking to Festival. Anyway, schools. I noticed a woman wearing speaker at school. In other dream, my father was a teacher in class. Whoa, that's interesting. So what kind of a speaker was it, Festival? And what were you thinking about that speaker? Because we want to wear them as well. That is Ziji, that's one doesn't correct. Which one? Okay, patience. Is it possible for ancestors to reveal things through dreams of a close friend? Things like what? Patience. Spo. I've been thinking about this dream all day. So maybe I should reach out, okay? We'll do Togoza Spo. Monkey. Ndauwe gogo, ndauwe monkey. Okay, should not say it. Ndauwe. Patience, my friend called me and told me we were walking up a tall building, okay, and through a narrow road, okay. When we got there, there was a baby which was supposedly mine that didn't look like any of my own, okay. And as we were up there, the baby crawled over to the edge of the building and fell over, and it seems like I was unfazed by that event. Hey man, patience. What is happening with you? How can you be unfazed by that? And now the car is parked on a hill for 20 minutes with your kids in. So what do you think this dream mean? Hey, some of you guys, the gogos and the kulus out there, you are unfazed by things like this. How come? What is happening with you guys? You need to hanya so you see things properly. Patience, what's happening with you? Festival, they deliver deliberately. I need to slow down. They deliberately ignore me and giving me funny looks. Who did? Where was Festival? Okay, yes, but what is happening physically? What happened physically with these people? Are they the kind of people who will just behave like that? What stopped you from seeing them physically? What is the situation with you and them? Because if there are situations, if there are things that they're unresolved, they're gonna come out in the dream state, and these people are gonna be used, and they're gonna be tormenting in the dream state with things like this. Imagine people that you don't want to deal with them physically. I'm talking about in real life. Now they're coming in the dream state, making themselves like you're begging them to even say hi to you. I mean, seriously, they need to be dealt with, right? We're talking normal now. Some things need to be dealt with, right? Even our friends, we need to understand why that friend is like this. Why I stopped visiting that friend. What is it that friend made me aware of about myself that made me think like that about them in a way that I'm no longer going to them, right? Because everyone plays an important role in our lives. The people that we were friends with, we are no longer friends with. There's a reason, right? So in the dream state, when we are becoming good versions of ourselves, right? They have to show us if there were things that when we're dealing with those people, they were not right. Then they'll have to come to the dream state to remind us of that thing, the way you deal with people like that, the way you dealt with it in real life, it was like this, but that thing is still affecting you. It's still affecting you because you never dealt with it properly. So now we're going to bring these people properly for you in the dream state, for you to face them. Now we're going to make them even worse so that you look at yourself. Right? Guys, how do you think we get stronger as people? How do you think we look at ourselves as people? It's the people that we know, the people who knows us, the people who've done things that we were not comfortable with. They will be brought back into the dream state so that we can become comfortable. So if those people were not good, like, remember that some people, okay, let me not put my words into this. Violet, Gogo, today I had a dream. Okay, I was running in circles. Wow, you're running like this, inside like this. This thing is like running around in circles, going back and forth. Hey, circles. Whew, interesting. And then what happened? Going up like I was being chased and running in circles. I mean, if you're running in circles and you're being chased, all it takes is someone to stand on one position. You will be running that way. And you find them standing in the same position. And you run back that way, you will find them standing in one position. Because remember, if you're running in circles, they will still be there. Anyway, that is me just being out. Oh, it was a race in not, I'm not sure. And when we reached the top, I was told I had passed the task, so I realized it was a test. Okay, that sounds interesting. All right, so you're running in circles. You're running in circles. They say it was a task. Explain yourself properly so we understand, even us next time we know how to win this test. You're running in circles. Why? So that we know how to deal with our dreams. Violet, why were you running in circles? Because in the dream, if it was a task, you'll know that I was running like that. Oh. Okay, all right. Okay, someone is texting me. Okay, that sounds interesting. Running in circles. This is it is a task. You're dodgy. What, were you being chased? I was being chased, or it was race. I'm not sure. Okay, I guess it's a good thing you passed the test. Some code Bakosi. Okay, what does it mean when you are driving a bus full of the elderly? The driving mechanism of this bus is different. There is no windshield to view the road, but is controlled by using compass. And what were you thinking in that dream? And why the elderly people? Who are these elderly people? You're not using what? The driving mechanism of this bus is different. There is no windshield to view the route, but it is controlled by using a compass. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Why do we use a compass? Why do we use a compass? It's, a lot of the time we'll be in the bus with our ancestors, right? Our ancestors, spirits and guides. But if you're not using something that is the same as everyone else, the way they do, they drive their buses and the way they are directed to a particular place is different. So that means yours is different as well. If it is a compass, it means that instead of using these sat navs, you'll be using the old method of doing things. Isn't not the compass where you know you're going north is that way, you know, you look, okay, we're supposed to go northwest. Oh, we're not supposed to go north. Oh, we need to go that way with a compass. It just shows that others will use a different kind of way to get them to the destination, even though it is the same model of transportation, but then how you get there is not necessarily going to be the same as others. It's just what it means. That is uncode. My ancestors, that's patience, take the time to respond. So half the time I'm not sure what to do next. It is so hard. My interpretation of the baby left me heartbroken. That's not the type of person I am. Well, in the dream, remember that in the dream, you might think you're not like that type of a person. We want to believe that we are different kind of people. But in the dream, there are things that will show our lack. Subconsciously, we'll do things that we will think that when you think about it properly, like you'll think, oh, I'm not like that. Like what you're saying, I'm not like that. But there is that bit of you. There is that bit of you that is like that, because that is you in that dream. You behave like that. There's no other person. It was you who behaved like that. So even now you don't want to believe that it was you. It was you. Now, let's go back to you, patience. I see the baby as my new spiritual journey, but it made me feel like maybe I'm not taking care of the gift. I don't know. Because look, patience, let's go back to you. My friend called me. Gosh, why is this happening like that? Okay. All right. My friend called me and told me we were walking up a tall building through a narrow road. Your friend, who is this friend of yours? Who is this friend of yours in real life? Okay. When we got there, there was a baby. Who is that friend of yours? What kind of a friend is this one who was in the dream with you? Okay, there was a baby which was supposedly mine. And how can you have a baby and you don't know you have a baby? As a mother, you're failing there, right? Now I'm decoding your dream one by one, right? I'm taking the information so you look at it properly. If you are a mother, you have a baby and you don't remember you have a baby. As a mother, you're failing there. Which was supposedly mine, but didn't look like any of my own. How do yours look like? If someone is supposed to be yours, but they don't look like your own, how are yours supposed to look like? As we were up there, the baby crawled over to the edge of the building and fell over, and it seems like I was unfazed. The baby was crawling to the edge. You, as the mother of that baby who's supposed to be yours, that you didn't know that it was yours, when they're crawling up that, as a mother, what did you do in that dream? What was your reaction? Apart from you being unfazed is very, very bad. But for the fact that you're seeing something like that, even if it's not your baby, even if they were showing you that it's not your baby, for the fact that you're about to see something like that, your instinct will be running towards that. You forget yourself for a bit, right? I know. It is a dream we're talking about. Anyway, now, okay, there's a problem. All right, so unfazed. Okay, the next day my car was parked on the hill for 20 minutes with my kids in. Why? Why is your car parked on the hill? Why? What kind of a hill was it? And was it parked on the hill? How? And why? I'm just thinking about the hill as in physical hills, right? Well, if you're a good driver, you'll be happy to drive the car and it's like that, isn't it? But if you're with the babies, if you're with your children in there, the thing that you're going to be thinking about, I don't know when you mean a hill, you mean like it was like something like there's a possibility of the car, even if it was on brake, right? You've got the brakes on. There's a possibility of a car moving down, isn't it? Something going wrong. Or is it the hill, meaning that you've now got to the top, but as well, why with the children inside the car? Who do you want to be in that kind of position? Like that looks dangerous to me. I don't know the kind of hill you're talking about. Parking there with the children in the car. As a mother, you cannot relax in that kind of situation, right? I'm talking about real life situation. You cannot relax. The last thing you want is to park a car in that kind of position, right? The last thing you want. You just want to get on top, go down and get to where you're going without actually stopping there. And what are you trying to do? You understand? It's not safe. That's what I'm trying to say. For 20 minutes, imagine. Okay. Patients were okay. Where were we then? Okay. All right. I see the baby as my new spiritual path. Okay. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. Yes, babies, they come. Our babies. Remember that some babies are ours. Some babies are users. Like they are not used as a gift. They are babies who are used as gifts. They are babies that you use as toys. Okay, not toys. I lose myself sometimes. There is a baby that comes as a gift in your spiritual path. There are babies that are used to show that what are you like as a person, who are you the kind of a person who is capable, who can look after small children. Remember, they don't necessarily have to be your kids, not necessarily have to be your babies. Your babies, the babies who comes to you for help, I'm talking about other people's gifts, ancestors' gifts. You can look after yours. You can look after others. You understand? So any baby you see in your dream, whether it is yours or not, if you cannot look after that baby, that means why would someone the ancestors send their child to you to help them look after their gifts? I mean, that means you're going to be as careless as you were in the dream state with their gifts, because you'll be thinking it's not mine, isn't it? It's not my ancestors' gifts. Right? That is what they're saying. So our gifts, they might be there. They might come as fresh, like it's new gifts. You're becoming aware of new gift. But then they can just show you, you've got this new gift, but you have to look after this new gift like this new baby that is on with in your presence. Even though you are not aware of it, now it is in your presence. You need to make sure that you nurture that baby. Nothing goes wrong with that baby. Because if you can't look after that baby, if you can't nurture that baby, because as a mother, as a healer who's got all these people who are looking after, who are looking up to you to help them deal with the things that they've gone through. I'm talking about the ancestors when they're coming to us. Remember that they've gone through a lot of things. So through us, they can heal. But if you, as a mother, as a new mother, you cannot look after the babies that comes into your dream state, that means you're going to be careless. You're going to be careless with them, their things, their problems. And even those are the people who want your help. You're going to be careless with them. That is what they say. So it's not a big deal. You just have to start making sure it doesn't matter if it is your baby or not your baby. If you are a healer, you need to be able to be like a mother. Something, even if you see another mother dealing with a child in the wrong way, you know what is right and wrong. You need, as a healer, to approach. Man, we don't. Why are you dealing with your child like this? What is happening? You're not judging. You want to understand why that mother doesn't know how to deal with her infant. Because you're a healer, right? You need to understand why the other person doesn't know how to deal with their ancestors. The same way as I'm doing here, patient with you and your ancestors. Okay. So, festival. Did I miss someone? Festival or go-go. The reason I stopped visiting my friend is that within their family, they're fighting and they're using muti in the process of fighting. I felt that it's affecting me spiritually, hence I decided to stop visit. Okay. All right. And you were made aware by your ancestors that these people are using muti. You were made aware by your ancestors' festival that these people are using muti and fighting each other. It is not like information that is given by others. Right? It is your people making you aware that these people are like this. That's why maybe when you're around them, you feel like that. This information is coming from your ancestors, right? The reason why I'm asking that is because as communities, right, we get second information from others, telling us about what others are like and what they're doing. We take that information, especially when we are healers. We cannot be doing that unless if our people have made us aware of something. We take information we had from others saying those people are like this, they are doing this. You become suspicious of them from a young age, right? Then you start holding that thing like this is them, they're like that, without you confirming it as a healer. It's dangerous, that one. It's dangerous. It's very dangerous, that one. Noguchula Tobela. Spo. There's Po. Okay. Gogo, why do ancestors cause so much pain? That is headaches, sore shoulders and ears. What do you do to ease the pain? That is a thing that I cannot explain it to you like this. Have you asked them, if you can speak to them, have you asked your ancestors why you're feeling like that? If they are not forthcoming, have you gone to a healer to find out what is actually happening with you so that they can give you information properly? Right? Because what I'm giving you, it is a common thing, but everyone's situation is different. A lot of us will feel all these kind of pains that you're talking about that might be related to something that is not spiritual. But it is good to ask your people first to say, when people, I'm feeling these headaches. Every time I feel these headaches and it wakes me up in the middle of the night, Or I'm feeling this hearing I'm hearing these things in my ears. I do not understand them. You understand? My shoulders, I'm feeling heavy, like heavy. Every time I'm feeling heavy and I feel like there's a presence of something. What is actually happening here? So that your people can explain to you. All right? If I just explain to you, yes, a lot of things. If I was with someone, some things what you're talking about, they happen, especially when ancestors sometimes there's their presence. You feel a lot of things. You feel a lot of things, but with headaches, there are too many things that can happen. So there are too many things. So I can't say, what do you do to ease the pain? Talk to them. Ask them if they're the ones sending you this kind of pains. How ancestors explain these things to us? If there's something that is happening to your body, you don't understand it, you ask your ancestors what is happening to you. They will show you what is happening to you in a way that you will understand, right? In the dream, they will show you what is actually happening to your body. If what you're feeling, right, the heaviness on your shoulders, the headaches, right, the chest, the heat, the vibrations, you don't understand them. Your people will show you in the dream state what is actually happening to your body when they're about to trance you, when you're about to hear them. Right? They will show you. When you're about to hear us in this form, you'll feel this kind of pain on your body here. But when it's the others and they're coming in this form, you'll feel this way. And you don't only just feel this way, it is temporary because it happens like this. They'll show you in the dream state. Anyway, that was for I want to see what? Life. I want to see life. What's happening in festival? What are you saying? Okay, what I see. Okay, life. All right, you answering that. Okay. Yeah, you need to ask. You need to find out. Remember, if it is coming to you, if it's coming back to you like that, these people are coming to your dream state. That means there's some things you need to try to understand. Okay, let me talk to you properly, guys. The Gogos and the Mkolus. If you don't deal with your issues, your real life issues, how are you going to help someone coming to you to deal with issues like this you're explaining about your dreams? As a healer, if there are things that are happening physically to you and the people that you deal with, and you don't talk through about them, you don't try to understand them, and you with that information, and what I'm saying information, with that, like a question mark, you have question mark, you have things that are answered, they are not answered. I mean, when people are coming to you for help, and they are going through what you haven't yet answered, how are you going to deal with them? That is the question I'm asking. Anyway, the friend is my colleague, very close friend. Okay, yes. So, and your colleague as well, you were with her and you were seeing that, and this close friend of yours didn't say anything at all with what was happening around. You both were looking at these things and she didn't say anything to you? Patience. How do I explain this? I think I did explain this properly. I think I explained the roles that people play in our dreams. I think I did this on I was explaining the relationships. Anyway, remember this, guys. Every person we meet will play an important role in our lives. Even me, like this, even if you've never met me, you only talk to me on live session, I play an important role in your life because your ancestors, they're going to use me. One way or another, they're going to use me because you're communicating with me, right? You're going to see me. And if you're looking at me like this and you see something, I bring that impression to you. Your ancestors, they're going to bring it like in the dream, right? They will show you. Let me use patient's dream so you can understand it. If you're with me, right? I'm the kind of a person that if I see something like what patient is talking about, there's a child that you were not aware of, right? In the dream. I'm just telling you, I'm taking patient's friend out of the dream and I'll insert it afterwards. If I'm with patients in the dream and we're passing a child and it looks like it's patient's child, and patient becomes aware that this is my child, but she didn't know that she's got it, that child. Me as a patient, as patient's friend, I'll be asking her, how come you didn't know that you got a child? Me, I'll ask her, how come you didn't know you've got a child? Patients won't come out of that dream without that question from me. How come you didn't know you've got a child? But if I'm that kind of a person who's indifferent, like just like patient, I'm gonna be like this thing is not gonna be like I'm not gonna be thinking too much about it. I'll just be puzzled looking at it. If I'm like that kind, even me with patient in that dream will look at that. It looks like a child. I'll look at with patient at that child going up, whatever that they're going up, and then falling down. I wouldn't say anything. Because I will appear as that kind of a person who wouldn't put patient properly on the right route. Because if I'm the kind of person who will make sure that patient do the right things, in that dream I'll be asking why you didn't know you got a child. And let's rush and save that child. That was me inserting myself, giving you a different perspective. But some people, you be with them, you walk with them, and you even see the things that are not right. They wouldn't correct you. They wouldn't say anything. They will just let you be lost. Now, if you spend too much time with them, and your ancestors are trying to show you the kind of people you're around, they will show them in their true form in the dream state. I'm not saying anything. So your friends went to, my friend, the friend is my colleague, very close friend. Okay, that's interesting. My kids went to visit a farm which is up a hill. So I went to fetch them. The handbrake was up and I was speaking to the farm owner. Okay, so then why did you delete that information, patient? Why did you not give that information? What did you want me to explain about the car and the hill? Because you were doing something that you were meant to be doing. Maybe it's a parking place where you park your car. But you deleted that information, but why? Why did you delete the information, patient? So we understand you. Hey, Gogo, my son toddler dreamt of an overflowing traditional beer. I like to believe that this is a good dream, right? Please explain it properly. Explain it properly, Spoke, so we understand your son, your toddler. Your toddler dreamt of an overflowing traditional beer. A real life toddler. Interesting that your toddler will be able to explain this. What does it mean to dream of a white flashing light? Spoke, please explain your toddler so we understand. A toddler. Mommy has dreamt about Umkhumbuthi. I dreamt about Umkhumbuthi. A toddler. So explain to us. Your toddler is very clever if they can dream and memorize properly like that. And okay, and remember something, right, guys? Always make sure. Oh my gosh, time is going fast, isn't it? Wow, I didn't realize that we've gone past an hour, and I still have, guys. I need to what time is it? Oh, I still have time. So I need to boil the water. Hey, it's cold, you know. We are in winter. We need to warm clothes. I need to warm up something. Guys, explain your dreams properly. I'm gonna come and talk to you properly about something. right, looks like we're gonna. I don't know if I'll be able to do the live sessions when I'm in South Africa, but if I don't, that means I'll be back doing live sessions from the end of November. So that's what it means. It will depend if I have internet there, where I'm gonna be. Anyway, where we talking about? Okay. Fresh light, that is. You're welcome, patience. Okay. It's a flashing light that is white. What was happening with the flashing lights? Anyway, let's talk properly about dreams. The dreams. Remember, guys, when we are talking about dreams, right? I know a lot of people. 98% of people wants to believe something, or they want to hear something when it comes to dreams. But these dreams, remember that they're directing us. Things happen to us on a day-to-day. Remember that I keep on saying this. Things happen to us on a day-to-day. And our ancestors, our spirits, they take us to the dream state to have a look at it properly. Now, if you're sharing a dream with me that has happened, that you dreamt about this dream 2 months ago, and you want me to explain it to you, you are not doing yourself a service, right? If it is a situational dream that has happened to you 2 months ago, 2 months ago you might have gone through something that you're not going through now. Your ancestors at that time, they would have tried to make you look at the situation as you were supposed to look at it, right? So they show you through dreams, especially dreams of us driving cars, dreams of us in taxis, dreams of us in buses, driving buses, getting excited, things like that. A lot of things are happening to us spiritually at that particular time. So our people will show us using those transportation to show us where we are with them, or where you are as a person, right? They'll show you in those dreams. Now, when it comes to the direction that your people, especially when it comes to your spiritual path, your work as a healer, they want to show you where you are spiritually with them. They will use, especially when they want you, they're training you. Remember, they're training you on your spiritual path. So they'll use these babies in our dreams as a direction to show us if we are doing well, if we are lacking somewhere, if there's something we need to look at it properly. Because as healers, or soon to be healers, we're supposed to be looking and doing things the right way, right? So this is us as healers. They'll use those situations, right? Now, with babies as well, with children, when our ancestors, spirits and guides, they are training us, because remember, some of us, we become specialists. That means we're going to be working with children. Not everyone can work with a child. You can have children, but not everyone will be working with a child. So they will use these children, different age groups in our dreams. They will be directing us, because we need to understand a lot of things about children. Remember, you are not just a healer. You are your dreams will direct you on the kind of healer you're gonna be in your line of work, right? What I mean by that is, it means that where you're gonna be, your specialty, where it's gonna be, right? Some healers, they're good herbs. Help, they give you help, you go home, you feel good for months. Some healers, they will have to deal with you with your mind, the mental bit of things, right? That means you're going to get counseling. You're going to be talking with them. So those kind of healers, when they're training you, not every healer will be able to talk to people. No. Not every healer will be. Remember that we are different kind of healers. Not all healers will talk to their patient in the way that they give that patient time to relax and deal with their personal issues. Not everyone will be able to do that. Cleansing, a lot of us think that by cleansing, by going to the river, we'll come back and we have, if I have terminated pregnancy, I'm giving you an example. If I have terminated pregnancy, I believe by going to the river, I'm going to cleanse that bit, which is, yes, you cleanse that bit. But mentally, you have to process it. You can't just go and cleanse and come home. It's all forgotten. You can't. It doesn't work like that. You have to process what happened because you have to relive it so that you process that whatever that has happened to you, even if someone has done us harm, physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, you have to relive that bit. That bit you have to process it. Right? So when a healer is learning about how to deal with people like that, in your dreams, they will show you how you deal with people in those dreams. Your behavior as a healer, faced with the behavior around you that you're seeing in those dreams, how are you reacting to that? Right? Because remember what you are as a healer. You are not just the multi-dispensing person. You are a counseling person. You are a psychologist. Right? Remember that. You are dealing with, you cannot deal with people spiritually without dealing with them mentally. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So the things that they're showing us in the dream state, it means it is the things we have to look at. Now, some dreams, they will take us to the friendships we had. If through those friendships we were too relaxed, the boundaries were not there, they will have to build us so that we build those boundaries in the dream state so that when we are faced with things like this, the same people or different people but behaving the same way as those friends, we already know how to deal with it because we were shown in the dream state that we deal with things like this. That's why people are using our dream state. Siblings, families, right? In the dream state, they will come as the roles they play, right? I think I've said this even last time. The role they play with us in the dream state, physically as well. We have to look at it properly. Now, as a healer, if someone is coming to your dream state, that this person was not, I'm talking about someone you know, someone, now I'm explaining regarding to spouse dream, about someone feeling cold. Those are the languages that our ancestors use, right? Someone is feeling cold. It is not like someone is physically feeling cold, right? Yes, someone might be physically feeling cold. But metaphorical, if someone is feeling cold, really, physically, if someone is feeling cold, you haven't spoken to them for a long time. You haven't seen them for a long time. They come to the dream state to tell you that they're experiencing something that is not right, right? It's not right. You don't want people feeling any other way, right? They're coming to you physically to tell you, spiritually, to tell you what is happening with them. As a healer, what do? Because those dreams are the dreams that our ancestors, they used to give us, for us to become messengers, to go to deliver the messages. The way you approach the people that they show you in the dream that were asking for your help for something, or they show you helping them in the dream state. Spiritually, you help them. Now, physically, you have to help them, right? Spiritually, we do things. We help people spiritually, right? Before we can help them physically. Do you understand what I mean by that? Things happen spiritually. Physically, we practice what we preach spiritually. So a lot of things comes like that. So we need, the way we feel when we wake up, the message is gonna be like direct like that. It's direct. It's not you're not comfortable with the message. So you need to swallow your pride, to humble yourself. There's no pride there. You need to humble yourself, right? Because some people, when you think about reaching out to them, right? You're gonna go round in circles. Round in circles, right? You're gonna be like thinking, should I not? I'm gonna leave it. But as a spiritual person, you know, you'll be sitting down there and you think about them. You'll be sitting down there on your own. You see the image reflecting at you, because the spiritual help started in the dream state. Now, physically, you're tormented. You're being reminded that that person, there is something. That's why they're coming in imagery format to you. That's why you're thinking about them. Why? We find out by reaching out to them. Because you're a healer, you have to do the uncomfortable. Anyway, that is just that. Where was I? Okay. Yeah, it's okay. He said he just saw an overflowing tomboat, but in the garden. He's 7. Okay, but what are you saying is a toddler? I was you confusing us now. Yes, that's beautiful. What do you think about tomboat? What does it mean to you when it's overflowing in real life? Patience, Mabila, I wanted to check if the rolling of the car had any connection to the dream that my friend shared with me. Which rolling of the car? Where was the car rolling? Which rolling of the car? You haven't shared anything about the car rolling? Togoza Makosi, okay, you're thankful for your time and knowledge. Your channel is necessary. Thank you, Sam. It's good to hear good feedback. Now, patience with the friend with the dream. As healers, you know, one thing that I'm struggling with as a healer myself, and I hate it. When you're dealing with healers, soon to be healers, I hate this. I really hate it. It's against my value as a spiritual person. A lot of people do it a lot. I hate it, right? I literally hate it. If you are a healer, you are training to become a healer. You know very well that your ancestors are training you. Tell me, why? Okay, I'll give you the answer, but I just want to tell you what I hate. First, if your ancestors are communicating with you, maybe only in dream state, the dreams are, you're dreaming, every day you wake up, you write them down, they're there. That means your people are talking to you. Right? They're giving you information that it is necessary for you, that you need. And you know very well that you're communicating with your ancestors. What is so special about someone else's ancestors or your ancestors bypassing you to go to someone to give them the message about you? What is so special? I hate it. I really hate it. Oh my gosh. As a healer, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It shows a weakness. It's a weakness. Oh, I hate it. I don't like dealing with these kind of things. If your ancestors are talking to you, like in dream state, they give you information, guys. They are really talking to you. What will cause your ancestors? Unless if you, this only happens if you're doing something that your ancestors, you're not paying attention. Your ancestors, they can see you're not paying attention. They'll reach out to someone that they know you're going to listen to. If they're giving you information, you're not listening, you're not paying attention, you're ignoring them, you're ignorant. They'll reach out to someone. They'll give you the information and they'll come back to you and give you the same information. Because some information we're getting them, we're leaving them, or we're misinterpreting them, we're doing other things that our ancestors are not asking us. So they'll go to someone that when they come into you, you're not even going to doubt it. They will say what your ancestors have already said. And your ancestors will even come back and tell you, we send the message to that person who gave you the message. Right? That is, I have been working from 2020. Right? I've been on this journey from 2019. I am telling you, I work with people. I have never seen ancestors thinking someone is so special that they think their child cannot hear them and they bypass the child and they go to someone else. Now, this is when we're talking about boundaries. If your boundaries are not straightforward, anyone can come to you and tell you something and you'll be so confused, very confused, because we need to be confused. Some people, we need that confusion. You need someone out there to confuse you, because if things are going right, straightforward, you don't want it. You want someone to make you doubt, right? So that means your boundaries are not straightforward. You'll allow someone from outside to make you doubt what your people are saying to you. I hate it, guys. I hate it. I hate it. Because it is a weakness that, as people, we need to deal with. When our ancestors are communicating with us, anything they will validate. Even when you're working with someone, they validate. There's no information that you're going to get, and you are just being the recipient. The what they call it? Recipient. Your people talk to the healer, the gobela you're going to, and they do not confirm anything with you. You just are recipient. You are just the recipient. There's nothing coming to you. It is a problem, guys. It is a problem. And these problems, they're dangerous for our spiritual path. They are very dangerous. They're dangerous. Okay. All right. Where was I? Oh, I was replying to patients. Okay, about the car. Our friends. What the hell is that? Our friends, they dream about us. People dream about us. Even me like this, a lot of people dream about me. But there ain't no one is going to dream about me, and I'm going to be listening. And I'm going to be thinking, maybe my ancestors. And I'll be thinking, no, my ancestors, they're still delaying the information. They will bring it later on. Anyway, that is just that. I think I've gone too far. But the message there was that if you are communicating with your ancestors, please do not mess up your ancestors. You are messing them up. They are giving you information. You do not go back to them. You want information from outside. When your ancestors have got answers, they want to give you the answers themselves. So we need to go back to them. Information will directly come from them. We need, as spiritual people, to learn to listen to the messages that are coming from within, from our own ancestors. And another thing, guys, if your ancestors are communicating with you, you should stop worrying about this witchcraft business. is delaying us with these witchcraft tactics that is delaying us. It's delaying us. I'm saying us because I have to to include myself for everyone to feel we are in this together. This witchcraft tactics is delaying us. How can your ancestors, when they are working with you, when they are spiritually training you, when they are doing everything, allow others to come and be with you in the process? How would you even think as a person that you the reason why I'm saying this is that some dreams that we will get as spiritual people, they are not good dreams. They are really, really bad. But we need to understand the message within that bad dream, the message within that sleep paralysis we're having, the messages within that, what they call it, the gory dreams, like horrible dreams, the messages within that. And not to take it like something that is happening. How will ancestors tell us, teach us about the negativity bit of spirituality without making us see it happening in the dream state? Because that is how they have to teach us, that it happens like this. They are not saying it happens like this because with us, we don't know how to deal with it, right? They're showing you that it happens like this. Therefore, we deal with it like that. Do you understand what I mean? So when you're on the spiritual part, when you're self-initiating, a lot of self-initiating, because if you're on your own, you should stop worrying about this negativity that people think about. You're dreaming and you're thinking someone might do things while you're talking to your ancestors, spirits and guides, and the source. So you understand what I mean? It really doesn't make sense. So as self-initiate, you need, if your people are communicating with you, your people will deal with all the rubbishes. They'll show you how we deal with it. Teaching will be, they show you it is happening like this. Even you will feel, wake up, you feel like somehow, because your ancestors, they showed you muti. They said to you, you steam for 7 days. How else are you going to help someone if you do not know what it is like to be affected by certain things like that? So they have to make you feel it. People feel like this, my child. Someone like that one that you know did something like that to you. Physically, you wake up feeling like this. 7 days, use this. You're learning about Muti. You're learning about the body. Human anatomy. Physically, you feel like this. If people have showed you, within 7 days, you heal yourself like this. Because when someone comes to you with the same thing that they showed you, they will be feeling like the way you felt, right? Because you wouldn't have known how they felt. The way you felt, we deal with it like that. That is teaching. Teaching relationships. Oh, my ancestors doesn't like that person. Why? Anyway, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it as time goes on. And Lerato is here. Lerato. We'll talk about it next time. Remember that we might take time before we are on this live session, but we will try. If there's internet, you'll see me here, right? I'm talking about if there's where I'm going, I'm gonna be using internet. Maybe I'll come at night because I think at night is cheaper, right? So we'll be talking like at that time, but I can't promise. But anyway, because I'm at home, I really enjoy myself too much. Spirituality or not. Anyway, so remember, please remember, we need to trust. I'm talking about trust. Trust our ancestors, spirits, and guides. Trust them. If they've taken you up to this far, it means they are there with you, right? Trust them. They'll help you. They'll help you. And if they want to send you to people, they'll send you to people, and go to those people. And when you go to those people, respect the people they send you to. Respect them. No matter how you feel about those people, the fact that they've sent you to someone, respect that person. When you come out, remember, you're going to someone's house. Respect the house. Respect the rules. Respect what is happening there. So when you come out, you will do what you do in your own home, your own space. This is self-initiate I'm talking to now. Because a lot of self-initiate, they come to us because their people are sending them to us for them to learn how they're supposed to be dealing with others. But they come as if, like, how do you say it? Guys, self-initiate, if you're self-initiating here. If you're sent to someone, that person you're going to, it is not your friend. The person will never be your friend. You've been sent there. Remember, as a self-initiate, it means that is your colleague. You're going there to learn how your colleague does their things, right? You go in there because your people have sent you there to see how it is done, right? You come out, you go there. Remember, I think this is what I've noticed, right? Professionalism. A lot of people go to healers. They think they're just going. I'm talking to you about this because I see people who are coming to me sometimes. 50% of people who are coming to me, they think they're coming to their friend's house because obviously they think like that. But when you've been sent to a healer, I'm talking to self-initiate, when you're being sent to a healer, respect yourself, respect the person you're going to. Professionalism. Even though you might not feel like it, the people they're going to deserve it, you need to have that. Remember that people are going to come to you as well. They're going to come to you. So you need to start practicing. When you're going to someone, you want that when people are coming to you as well, when you start open, when you're working in your own practice, when people are coming to you, you want them to respect the house. Because it's not about you. It's not about you on your own. They are respecting the people you are carrying. They are not, you are just there. You're a vessel. They are respecting the people you're carrying. Their ancestors, your elders, the people you carry, the people who are looking after you, and your spirits, they are respecting them. So when you go into those people's places as well, you are going as well with your people. You need to respect the people you are carrying. It is no longer about you. The self-initiate Googles. It is no longer about you. It is about the people you're carrying. Your ancestors, your spirits, your guides. Respect them. Respect their time. Respect the moment, the fact that they've given you the opportunity to link with someone so you can share information and learn as well from someone. Right? As individuals, we will deal with individualities out. But self-initiate, because remember, others, they go to these indumbas and they're there every day, they're learning. Professionalism, they're learning. They're togozising properly. They're doing the right things. They're doing everything. But even though we are actually self-initiate in diaspora, you're the main culprits. Even though we are in foreign lands, we are carrying our ancestors, our spirits, our guides. When we're going to others for help, you need to remember, Wutu, Situ, Wutu, Situ. If you're going to, just think about it nicely like this. If you're going to a psychologist here, a counselor here, how do you prepare yourself to go there? Right? When you get there, how do you do it? But remember that you are a patient and the person is helping you is different. But as a self-initiate, the fact that you know you are a go-go in training, there's a difference there. You are a go-go in training. Your people have shown you, your ancestral cloth, they've shown you that you are a healer in training. So when you are approaching another healer, you need to approach another healer with respect of the people you're carrying. That is the only thing I can share for now. That is the observation I'll be making with the goggles to be, and I'll talk about it until it's corrected. Anyway, where were we? We're finishing now. I think it's 2 hours. Guys, it's 2 hours. We've been here for too long, right? Toby, Gogo, what does it mean when you're doing married to an all-white person? Married how and doing what? You're married and what is happening in that marriage? Toby, not doing anything funny, but just taking care of me. What do you think about the white person, the old white person? Remember the ancestor spirits and guides, they come in different forms, right? You can be married to someone who looks like different from you. You can be married to someone who looks like someone you wouldn't physically marry. But how you react with that, because it might be old, they might appear as old with all that wisdom, but is what is within them, right? If it is the spirit, if you're talking about spirit here. So how you look at someone, if you're married to them, that means you love them. So you don't have to look beyond what they call it today, when you're looking at someone's the facial features. You don't have to look, you have to look behind, because we wear masks. I might look like this, but behind I might be like a beautiful thing inside, right? Or I might look old, and inside I might be coming with that youthness that is going to make you feel loved. Anyway, we don't know who this one is. Liz, Togo's, okay. And what do you mean anything funny? Did you want to do anything funny? Some code, exciting times, scary times, the past, present, and future are here. Professional courtesy. Thank you for that. Yes, that is true. My battery's flat is taking me off. I don't have any fears of being bewitched. I know I'm highly protected. So that is just that. And we will talk again. I think my battery is flat. And we'll talk. Khanyang.